They took the Wolf Creek movies, turned them into a TV series in Australia. Now it's being brought over here, but we got a chance to take a look at the whole thing first. So, did they succeed and turn the movies into a nice TV show, or should it be left out in the outback to die? Stay tuned to find out.
Just letting everyone know for this special, this is a spoiler review of the TV show. We do discuss all of the episodes, so if you have not seen it, do it now.
Binge watch time.
Okay, now that you've seen it and we're back, let's talk about the plot.
Yeah, it follows the first movie pretty closely, actually.
Yeah.
You know, family's out in the outback and they befriend a nice little friendly guy.
Americans, eh? So what brings you all the way down under?
Turns out to be a serial murderer.
Woo!
Yes, chops them all down except one, which he thought he got. He thought
She
he
gets
got her.
away.
She got away. And then she begins her long journey,
Avenging her family.
metaphorically and literally, to avenge her family's death. It sounds pretty simple on paper, brilliantly executed in the movies, and now they've had an opportunity in the show to sort of stretch that out, so to speak. We're all wondering, what did Lexus like about this?
Stop the presses.
Yes.
Just stop them. For the first time, I'm going to be disagreeable and argumentative.
What? Wait a minute.
In terms of likes?
No, you're never that.
Likes.
Yes. You wrote it down?
I didn't have any.
Come on, really? Nothing.
Well, okay, maybe not nothing. However, I don't know what it is in my brain, but horror TV shows or horror-themed TV shows do not stick with me.
Okay.
I don't watch American Horror Story.
No, I know that.
I don't watch a lot of things like that. I never have. I don't know why. It just never really wiggled its way into my brain the same way movie formats did. I can't really explain it.
Okay.
So this was a bit of a struggle. I'm finding any likes in this. I will talk plenty during the dislikes. Do not be alarmed.
Taking a page out of my book,
Yeah,
huh?
we're basically going to switch places for this.
Wow, okay.
I will say, Mick Taylor, who is
Yes.
the main villain,
Yes.
holy crap, what a villain.
Okay,
He is
thankfully.
amazing.
I was going to have words with you
Yes.
if you did acknowledge
Amazing villain. I
Yes.
think I've even tweeted about it. He was so good.
that. Okay, all right.
And they did keep the same actor through both of the
John
movies.
Jarrett,
John
yes.
Jarrett, both of the movies and the TV show. And he just is Mick Taylor, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he's acting. I don't see any obvious struggle.
No. He's a well-known method actor.
Oh my
and
God.
actually did spend several weeks out in the outback to prepare for the role. And
It's obvious.
It is very obvious. Yes. I was going to, when it was my turn to do likes, figuring that it would be an hour from now, mention how good he was. But you jumped the gun, and that's awesome. At least you had that, and I'm sure you have plenty more, despite what you've said.
Ruth. There's a woman, a Maori woman.
Oh, the Maori woman. Yes. Okay.
She was a trucker.
Yes.
There was just something about her. She was really cool, really interesting. Not a main character, I would say, but she popped up here and there.
She was integral.
Integral,
to
yes.
moving the plot along and everything. Yeah.
It was not in the, in every episode, in every scene.
No.
She definitely stood out to me as one of the more interesting.
Great character, very well acted. Yes. That's okay.
Yes. What were your likes?
I'm sensing you're done. Okay, yes, you are done. Wow. I'm almost thrown off whack here, but okay. So let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I actually did like it certainly a lot more than you. I actually do like.
This is bizarre.
This is bizarre. I'm feeling like goosebumps, hives. I don't know what it is. I'm coming down with something, but I do like horror TV shows. American Horror Story, certainly not all of them, but I do like them. The Strain. You can go back to, even Dark Shadows and things like that. So I'm
not old enough for those shows.
Yeah, guess what? Neither am I. But regardless, it gives an opportunity for a longer narrative and more establishment of characters and everything else. With that being said, I did thoroughly enjoy, skipping ahead, the ending. In the ending, the young girl has the opportunity, Eve, thank you, has the opportunity to go sort of stereotypical Hollywood psycho nuts and kill the bad guy in revenge, and actually does not, which makes complete and total sense because you realize that the beginning of this is a 19-year-old girl recovering from drug addiction out in the outback with her family. It doesn't make sense that 6 months or a year later, she's a cold-blooded, psycho, heartless killer, which would happen in American movies, but did not happen here. So I liked that.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I did. I liked very much the sense of isolation and desolation that was presented in the outback.
I will agree with you on that. They did
look,
not.
There's another one. All right.
They didn't romanticize Australia because
No.
I feel like all the pictures and everything is about either big city Australia, but those are actually just little pockets. Australia's mostly empty and nothingness and desert.
Right.
And they did show just Eve walking along 200 miles of nothing.
And in the TV format is your opportunity to do that, oftentimes redundantly, to drive that point home.
Yes.
10, 15 minutes in a 2-hour movie is fine. This format allowed us to really get that sense.
What Australia is actually laid out like.
Without question. Well, since it's opposite day here at Horrifyou, I'm going to ask you what you dislike to start the ball rolling.
Okay. Buckle your seatbelts, kids.
Wow. Okay.
So no one has really ever seen vitriol from me before. I'm usually very forgiving, happy-go-lucky. I love to give everything a chance. I don't know, man. I did not like this show at all.
All right.
Again, I don't
Back
know
it up.
if it's me or just I'm not into the TV show format, but holy good God, was this show boring.
Wow. Okay.
I found most of the middle episodes I was just like, oh, look at her walking through the desert. Some more. Whoa. Okay, where are we? It was like 3 episodes of just this bitch in the desert.
Desert is big, but okay.
The desert's very big, yes. And I found, so we have Mick, Eve, and Sullivan, who is the cop.
The cop, yes.
And the entire 6 episodes of this show is them bouncing through different towns looking for each other. And it's just a cat and mouse game between the 3 of them on who's looking for who got there, who saw who saw who at what time. Is this person here? I'm gonna go over here. I was like, someone just find each other so we can move the plot along. It was, and Eve was completely useless. I mean, I know she was 19, but look, I was 19 once too, and I get it. She's learning and she's stranded, and she's an American too, so she's stranded in really a foreign country. But oh my God, I just couldn't handle her anymore.
Calm it down over there.
I was bored most of the time. I think I was texting you saying, what is going to happen? Is anything happening in this? Should I just throw the discs out now?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm usually not quite this vocal about not liking things, but I was incredibly bored.
Wow, okay.
And I will say there were also a lot of completely useless storylines.
Okay, all right.
I thought, so Eve finds this house and this family, and it's a husband and wife, and they're looking for their daughter Holly, who has disappeared.
Yes.
And Eve has been trying to piece together all of Mick's years of killing families because she realized that he's the one who's been making all these tourist families disappear.
Killer. Right. Yeah.
And man, I love crime, so I don't understand why I couldn't get into this.
I thought you would have ate that up.
No, and I'm true crime buff. Was not into it. But she goes to find this family to start maybe trying to figure out if Mick
putting the pieces together.
does this. Well, it turns out that Mick didn't. The father killed Holly and has been keeping her in the wall in his secret basement, but then he gets bitten by a snake because he keeps all these reptiles in this dirt basement.
Maybe it's an Australian thing.
What? And then she's saved by an Aboriginal and she hangs out with him and he teaches her how to like throw a spear and like cook. Where are we? What show are we in?
Well, okay.
I don't understand.
But again, she used that skill that she'd learned from the Aborigine later on in the show to basically, to secure Mick to the wall.
You're trying. You're like me. You're just trying way too hard right now.
I'm stating a fact,
My last dislike, to keep this short, is actually a like, but I didn't know that it was.
Okay, this should be good.
Yeah,
Even I don't do that crap, but all right, go ahead.
So there's a character named Jesus who's in it, and he seemed important. And I'm like, did I miss? And I was wondering if I skipped an episode. I actually didn't understand what was going on with this Jesus character who seemed to know so much about Mick Taylor and what had happened, and I just didn't get it, and I felt very confused. And I am not one to be too concerned about spoilers. If I get spoiled,
No.
it's okay. I don't pitch a fit.
Right.
So I ended up Googling all about Wolf Creek before I was done with the show. Well, it
Okay.
turns out Jesus is a character whose real name is Ben Mitchell, who's from the movies. And
Right.
they used his plot, pulled it out of the movies, and put it in the TV show to have that continuity. That's brilliant. That's amazing. If you've never watched the movies, you have no idea what's going on.
Well, that, interestingly enough, was a total dislike for me.
Really?
Not a like. Yeah,
Interesting.
You should not try to hook them together. There should be separate entities.
But Mick Taylor was in all three, so there's already you're hooked together.
But again, let's say that I had never watched the movies, didn't know anything about them, which I didn't, and I hadn't. I can watch and enjoy Mick Taylor individually,
true.
solely on this. I shouldn't have to Google anything or watch something previous to get a subtext, to get an inside joke, to get a connection. So, that actually was a complete dislike for me, that one character. And then you kind of touched on it before, but the actress that played Eve was not the best. I mean, it was supposed to be a transition and a growth. That's really why this was a series.
She did, though.
Why it was
I'll give her
stretched
that.
out. She did a little, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not wanting her to be the psycho badass. That's ridiculous, that's dumb. But, it just didn't seem very much of a transition from beginning to end, and I think only because when we meet her, she's so bad off. Like, just
She's addicted to
drugs and is just a shy little self-absorbed teenage girl. She gets shot, and almost in the next scene
Is
she's
like out to avenge.
Out to avenge. That was what I was talking about. So there is some change. She does learn to fend for herself, so to speak, and those things you didn't like, the Aborigine teaching her to cook and that sort of thing. But it was just a little too much of a transition early on for me. A minor issue, but one, nonetheless. So whether you agree with me or you disagree with Lexus, this is definitely worth checking out. It's going to be airing on POP TV on October the 14th. POP TV is on all the major carriers providers. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
And I will say, despite all of my misgivings and my dislikes,
There were a few.
Please check it out. I still think it's worth checking out. The first Wolf Creek came out in 2006.
Yeah.
That's 10 years ago. And I think it's worth saying that for 10 years, they made Wolf Creek 2, they made a TV show.
Right.
There's clearly something to this story, to this plot, to Mick Taylor that is interesting.
Yeah, there's a 3 coming out.
Wolf
so
Creek 3 is in the works.
It keeps going.
So
Yeah.
maybe people clearly love it. I think it's worth checking out, even if I did not personally love it.
Right.
Maybe you will. It's only 6 episodes. It's very easy to get through.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Look at it, check it out, come back, let us know what you think in the comment section below. And for POP TV, I know there's probably not a lot of chance you've seen this, but we ask very kindly that you release this unedited. You see, there are actual things in this TV show, being from Australia, that simply would not fly on network television here in America. Now, POP TV is cable, so they have the option of airing it uncut. Let's just hope that they make that decision and do air it uncut, because it needs to be seen in its original format. But as you can see, it's opposite day here. So we got a situation where Lexus doesn't like something and I do. Totally bizarre, but you're gonna make that choice yourself. So October 14th, POP TV, you're gonna wanna check it out. Come on back here, let us know in the comment section below. This is one we're gonna be talking about.
I got nothing.
Nothing?
Subscribe.
No, subscribe's over there? No, it's over there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are the social links top, bottom? I don't know anymore. Help us out.